Croatia is full of untouched beaches and lagoons, possibilities for all kind of adventure, and year-round amazing weather for great riding. Typical Dalmatian trails, a bit more technical, but most of you guys can ride this trail with a smile on their face. My name is Ivo Jaric, and I'll be your mountain bike guide on this cycling and sailing trip. I'm a passionate mountain biker with years of experience. I'm licensed mountain bike guide since 2016. I'm a racer, bike mechanic, trail builder, YouTuber, and owner of many bikes. I'm born in capital city Zagreb, but spending most of my time on the Croatian coast. What we will be covering: brief overview of Croatia, the islands of Croatia, insider tips on riding on the islands, life on board, gear and logistics. So for the start, why Croatia? Croatia is a beautiful small country in Southern Europe. We are located on the Adriatic Sea, which we share with Italy. We have countless islands. Actually, I know the number. It is 1,244. Croatia is a modern but traditional country, and in this trip we will be combining both modern riding and sailing with traditional island lifestyle. We have most beautiful bays and beaches, and year-round amazing weather for great riding. Croatia is full of untouched beaches and lagoons, romantic old towns, and possibilities for all kind of adventures. Because of its unique geographical position, Croatia offers really diverse climate and landscape, from the pure continental climate inland to Mediterranean climate on the coastline. In this webinar, we'll be focusing on the coastal Croatia. Our coastline is divided in three parts. First part, the upper part, the north part, and the Istria. The lower is the Hvar, and south is Dalmatia. We will be cruising along southern Adriatic called Dalmatia. And let me talk about Dalmatia just in a few words. Untouched nature, as you can see, crystal clear sea, tradition, history, architecture, amazing food and wine. Of course, while we're here, amazing trails. Trails we will be riding are mostly rocky. If you're not experienced mountain biker, you'll probably need 2 or 3 rides to get used on a specific loose terrain, but that's not a problem. On this tour, we'll have 2 tour guides. My assistant guide, Jelena, will be helping me. We can even offer to split into 2 groups, the more advanced riders and the cappuccino group. Now in this video, you can see the cappuccino group. So it's gravel, easy, suitable for everyone, nothing too serious, but with nice sceneries, so everyone can be comfortable. I always say you came here to enjoy, not to suffer. On these pictures, you can see something more serious. And now in the next video, I want to show you a couple of different difficulties of the trails. Okay, so we have all kinds of trails for a different type of riders. Here you can see some single tracks, typical Dalmatian trails, a bit more technical, but still nothing too serious. And I think most of you guys can ride this trail with a smile on their face. No matter what kind of trail, we will always have an amazing views and the sceneries, as you can see on this video. Also, while riding, we'll have pauses, photo opportunities, and places to get selfies to share with your friends who are sure going to be jealous. Trust me. So when I show you something easier, now I will show you something like really extreme. For more advanced riders, we'll have terrain like this. But first, of course, you need to prove yourself. In this video, I'm showing you one of my favorite Croatian trails. This trail is above Omiš, city we will visit, and it's called Hvar trail. So take a few seconds and look at this. This trail is not for everybody, but if someone of you are capable, of course you will ride it. Every day we will be riding between 10 to 30 miles and 1,500 to 4,500 feet of elevation. But first and second day, I will get a feeling of the capabilities of the group, and riding will be tailored to them. Now I say 10 to 30 miles, that is around 15 to 50 kilometers. and around 500 to 150 meters of elevation. Bike rides are not obligatory. You can stay on a catamaran and enjoy sailing, swimming, sightseeing, whatever. So let me tell you about our catamaran. This is the kind of catamaran we are going to use, Lagoon 400. So why choose the catamaran? For years, I've been working on the little bit bigger boats for 25 to 30 guests. On those boats, I was really limited because they are big. Catamaran can stop in almost any bay or lagoon. We can transfer you and the bikes to the shore in a very short period using a dinghy, and our adventure can start. With bigger boat, we need a port. Ports can be really crowded, especially in the season, and then we need a lot of time. Another benefit of a catamaran is a much smaller group. So we can easily change the plan regarding you, and tours can be changed, and everything is much more relaxed. Croatian coast and islands. Croatian coast is one of the most unique in the world. It's known for its purity, indented coastline, and countless islands. On this trip, we'll be visiting some of the most beautiful of them, such as Brač, the biggest one of our tour, Hvar, the longest one, and Vis, the furthest one on the tour. So let's start with Brač. As I say, the biggest one, and actually is the third biggest one in the Adriatic Sea, with area about 150 square miles. That's around almost 400 square kilometers, and population about 15,000 people in off-season. Brač is well known for its limestone exploitation, sheep farming. Now where I'm talking about sheep, one fun fact, there is more sheep than people on the island. Also the olive gardens, another fun fact, there are more olives than sheep on the island. Then at the end, of course, vineyards. But more important for our trip is the island of Brač is the highest Adriatic island, with its peak called Vidova Gora, reaching 780 meters. That is around 2,500 feet above sea level, with amazing view towards one of the most famous beaches in Croatia called Zlatni Rat, or Golden Horn. Horn is changing its shape depending on the sea current and the wind. On the top, we will eat the best sandwiches with the best views, and afterwards we will ride some amazing trails down. Also, one of the highlights on island of Brač is Pustinja Blaca, or Blaca Desert. Blaca is a 16th century monastery carved by hand into the limestone. 3 trails are leading to the monastery, but only one is rideable for us. The monastery served as a residence and a hiding place for the monks. Also, there is a library and astronomical observatorium. Today, the monastery includes a museum dedicated to preserving the countless ancient transcripts, an authentic period kitchen, and the second largest telescope in Europe, which unfortunately isn't operational anymore. On our visit to Blaca, we will experience the traditional lifestyle of the monks, and we'll have opportunity to meet the most famous inhabitants of Blaca, the donkeys. There will be also opportunity to take a selfies like we did. Our boat will wait for us at the end of the trail, where we will enjoy a refreshing swimming in a nice bay. Just look at this color of the sea. Another fun fact about Brač, now you see the White House and you are asking yourself why. Did you know that the limestone from the island was used to build the White House in the Washington, D.C.? Also the Red House in Berlin and some other buildings. After a short cruise, we are coming to our second island, island of Brač, or Faros, as it's known from the ancient Greek times. Hvar is the sunniest island in Croatia, and it's known for its pristine coast and breathtaking views, vineyards with the traditional wine production. Hvar is literally covered with the lavender fields, which we will be riding through. And of course, you can stop and pick some, smell it, try it, because the lavender from the Hvar is known as the most potent in the world, and as such is being used by the best cosmetical companies in the world. Our tour will start in the Stari Grad. Stari Grad literally translated is old city, and old city is called because it's the oldest city in Croatia. Stari Grad is located in a well-protected bay. It's a small and a quiet city where the inhabitants are still working traditional jobs in the famous Starigradsko polje, or field of Stari Grad. Field of Starigrad is actually the first parcelized piece of land in history. Now it's under UNESCO protection. From Starigradsko Polje, where ancient Greeks were doing the agriculture, our trail can take us over Sveti Nikola mountain, is the highest mountain on the island. We are technical rocky trail and all the way down to Sveta Nedelja, where we can visit famous underwater winery. They have some kind of unique wines in the road. As you can see on this picture, they're keeping the wine underwater for some years and then you can drink it. It's crazy. We can get know more about amazingly steep vineyards. Trust me, this photo doesn't do it justice. You have to just see it in a personal to believe it. It's like more than 45 degrees. And also the people who are working there with their best friends, colleagues, also the donkeys. Now I will show you one video, short video with one of the best enduro riders in the world, French guy, Damien Othon. So you can see his reaction on the vineyards. Guys, look at the vineyards.
Oh shit.
Huh? You have something like this in France?
Not like this, I guess.
Yeah, he's a French guy. He knows what good wine is, but when he saw this steep terrain, he was like, okay. And then we will finish our cycling tour in city of Hvar. City of Hvar that is known for its wild and never-ending parties, big yachts, guys coming there to show off, expensive restaurants and hotels. After Hvar, we will sail. Maybe we will stay there for a night and party. We will still see it. Or maybe we can go to next island, Island of Vis. Island of Vis, it's my favorite island because of its remote location. So as I said, it's furthest island on our trip. Stunning beaches, friendly locals, and some deep, deep secrets. We also call it the Forbidden Island. Till 1990, the island was closed to public. It served as a military base for Yugoslavian National Army, and it was the last hiding place for President Tito. The island is hiding more than 80 kilometers of tunnels. Yes, you heard me, 80 kilometers of tunnels. Some of them are going up to 800 meters below the surface. That is around 2,700 feet underground. Inside the tunnels, on the wall, it says, in the case of war, destroy the wall. Because after this wall, the tunnel goes down. Also inside the tunnels, there's a nuclear bunker and an underground hospital. And outside airport, which is being used today as a vineyard. Because of Vis was closed till 1990, lifestyle on the Vis is totally different than on another islands. You almost get a feeling like you're in the movie. Because of its mild climate, Vis doesn't have extreme summer heats and winters are mostly warm. That's why there's a lot of lemons and oranges all around the island. Now you can see the picture of town of Vis. Town of Vis is the main port. It's looking towards the inland, the Split. Split is actually second biggest city in Croatia. The city of Vis is the biggest settlement on the island. In this place, we'll start our tour. Climbing will be asphalt road or gravel road, like every day we'll have options. There will be plenty of options regarding the trails, which are amazing. Some of them are old military paths, and we will enjoy riding them. And now I will show you the video of one of my tours from the last season with the guests. Okay, here you can see the typical single trail riding. I'm taking the pictures of the guests. We are meeting the locals there, riding through the small streets of Omiš. There are beautiful beaches down there. We are riding on the dry walls. And now when I'm mentioning Omiš, Omiš is a town on the opposite side of the island, well known for its fishing history. Before the Second World War, there were 7 fish processing factories. On the island, it's looking on the open sea and Italy. It's well known for its fishing history. Before Second World War, there were 7 fish processing factories. Now these days, they're mostly living from the tourism. Fishing is not industrial anymore. Omiš. I told you before when you saw this crazy riding, Omiš, the pirate city and also adventure sport mecca, place where the high mountains and Cetina river meets Adriatic Sea. Famous for sports such as rafting, kayaking, canyoning, hiking, climbing, actually all kind of climbing like ferrata climbing, free climbing. There's also a famous zip line there over the canyon. And of course, at the end, mountain biking. This year, the local mountain bike club, Coast Riders, which I'm part of, we are hosting the national downhill race in April and national enduro race in October. Also, the enduro race will be part of the Enduro World Series. Yes, you hear me, Enduro World Series. This is like a really big deal. It will be a qualification race, but who knows, maybe next year we will host a real EVS race. So behind this mountain is a sea. This is the ridge line. It's an Imber trail. That's from that video you saw, like crazy riding. This is the ridge line. Trogir is our starting and ending point. Busy port, as you can see on these pictures, a lot of boats, a lot of people, but the town is like really romantic. It's small alleys and a great place to grab some snacks. Whole town is under UNESCO protection. My advice is before you embark on a catamaran, take a short walk around the city and maybe visit Castle Kamerlengo. Jelena is professional physiotherapist, mountain biker, hiker, and she is living a really active lifestyle like me. Jelena will be our second tour guide. Mate will be our skipper. He is also experienced guide, working as a skipper in Dalmatia for last 5 years, and we will be in a really good hands. Life on board. First of all, be minimalist. Bring the right amount of the stuff you need. We can help you with that. Next, follow the rules of skipper or captain. So skipper is our boss on the boat. He is the one who takes care of us, our safety, which is most important, and then so we need to respect him, his opinions and orders. Respect the sea. Sea is crystal clear and beautiful, and we want to keep it that way. We need to respect it. And the last thing, enjoy yourself. Most important, enjoy yourself. Again, video of the catamaran. So each cabin has its own toilet. You'll have a full comfort on board with spacious living area and places to enjoy. There will be a sun deck, places to put our bikes outside next to the rails. Also, as we are on a boat, weather, wind, sailing, you probably ask yourself, will we actually sail? If we have opportunity, if we have wind, of course we will sail. We are saving fuel that way, and also it's much, much nicer. But in September, who knows? Who knows how weather will be? Maybe we will sail, maybe we will not. We don't know. We don't know that. If you haven't been on a boat before, maybe you will have problems like a seasickness. You can save that problem with the pills, or maybe even better with a beer or two. Who knows? Here you can see the catamaran inside. So we have a kitchen, the saloon, sleeping areas, the bedrooms, and also each bedroom, which includes 2 beds, have its own toilet. So we have 4 toilets and 4 cabins on the boat. The gear you will need. First of all, you need a bike. You can bring your bike or you can rent a bike. Second, also a really important thing is helmet. You are obligatory to have a helmet. Sunglasses. It will be sunny, hot, like on a skiing, the sun reflects from the sea, you need the sunglasses. Gloves, because we will ride every day, you need the gloves. You need the water. It will be hot, not too hot, but still hot. So you need a water bottle or hydration pack. You need good mountain bike shoes. As you saw, the terrain is rocky, pretty rocky. So you need a good protection for your feet. If you are bringing your own bike, I suggest you to bring the tubeless tires and not some tiny light ones. You need a proper tire. All our rental bikes are installed with the tubeless tires and good thick tires, so we don't have flat tires. Also, I will suggest you to bring the backpack or a hip pack, at least hip pack. You don't need a backpack, but at least you need a hip pack. Bring some snacks, extra water, because half of liter water on your water bottle will not be enough on some islands. Also, I will suggest you to bring us the weather in September. Can be like, I don't know, it can be really hot, but sometimes we can have rain, really rarely. But I suggest to bring the light rain jacket, wind protector, and also if you are using the knee protectors or elbow protectors, feel free to bring them. And also, really important thing is the sun cream. You are maybe asking yourself, is this trip too extreme for me? Only 6 guests and 2 guides. So in perfect conditions, there's like 3 guests for 1 guide. So 2 groups, we can make everything for you. Like I said before, on the first live will be like not too hard, not too easy. I'll watch on you and then I will plan the next rides. So on the first ride, I will see how are you riding, and then the plans will just come in my mind. How should I prepare for this trip? Basically, you don't need to prepare, but it will be good. If you're a cyclist, you'll need to be able to climb at least like 500 meters of elevation 5 days in a row. If you can't, we have an option. I told you, e-bikes. Probably you cannot bring your own e-bike because of the battery. They are not allowed in the airplane. If you're coming with a car, then you can, feel free. You can rent them here. Maybe even you can rent only battery. So if you have a really fancy, nice e-bike you will ride to bring, you can bring it without the battery, and then you can rent the battery here in Croatia. But please, you need to ask us before on the emails. Is it too hot for a bike? In September, it's not. September is like perfect. You can cycle in short sleeves or long sleeves, but still it depends about the year. Some years in September like are perfect for riding. Some years are like a little bit more hot, not too hot like in August or July. And sometimes it can even rain. Yeah, it can rain, but it's not like rains, I don't know, like in Germany or something. It's short rain, like half an hour or 1 hour. And then when the rain passes, the sun shows up. Can I bring my own bike? Feel free to bring your own bike. Maybe it's the best option because you know your bike, but your bike needs to be good bike. You need a quality bike because as you saw the terrain, it's not easy. We can have easy rides, but sometimes you need a really good tires. You can rent an e-bike. We have a Cube stereo e-bike. It's a 27.5 inches and Bosch system. And we also have a premium e-bike, something like, for example, Specialized Turbo Levo, Carbon Model Expert, or e-Wild. But those bikes you need to send us email and ask us before. So these are the types of bikes for the rental. Normal bike is Giant Trans, 27.5-inch wheels, Fox 36 forks, Fox shock, and full Shimano XT. The price for the bike is $300 a week. The e-bike for renting is a Cube e-stereo, also 27.5-inch wheels, Fox 34 fork, also full Shimano XT with Bosch Performance CX and 500 watt-hours battery. If you want something better, you need to send us email, and then you will tell us what size you need, and we will see the availability, and we will send you the offer. Okay, now the overview. So trip duration will be 8 days or 7 nights. So from Saturday to Saturday. Departure date will be September 17th to September 24th. The price for this trip is $2,600 per person. Group size, as I told you before, it's 6 guests. 2 mountain bike guides and 1 skipper. What is included in this price? So in this price, you have 2 local mountain bike guides with really good knowledge of the area, 6 to 7 days of mountain biking, catamaran with a skipper for this whole tour, traditional Croatian breakfast, real rich breakfast on a boat. There will be possibilities so you can make a sandwiches or something. If you don't want to eat the lunch somewhere outside on a breakfast, you can make some lunch packets so we can bring it with us. Also, there will be plenty of fruits and snacks on the boat, as also a bottled water. There will be one tasting on Island of Vis. And of course, we will have sheets and towels. If you need a bigger towel for the beach, feel free to bring one. What is not included in price, it's airport transfers, drinks on board, but for the breakfast we'll have drinks, of course, coffee and beverages will be served on the breakfast. Anything else like alcohol, we'll charge it extra. Bike rental, lunches and dinners, and of course anything else not mentioned as included. Okay, now I want to tell you about lunches and dinners. So we will try to go in the local, we call it konoba. The local konoba is like, it's not a restaurant, but it's like a homemade food, like a small family restaurants. So we will try to visit only the local small restaurants with traditional food and nothing from the supermarkets. That's our motto. Thank you guys, and I hope so some of you will come and we will meet on this great trip. And yeah, thank you very much.